Come on. Here we go. 3, yes. 2, 1. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey. Good morning. Y'all tuned into Lady Blue. For I am about to do something new, something true. I woke up this morning feeling like I want to dance. New day, new blessings. Live, learn lessons, answers, questions. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Been through the fire, I'm a survivor. Satan even tried us, he didn't prosper. So much going on in the world, it won't stop us. Oh, we got faith. All my prayer warriors pray. This is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Hey, this is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Good morning. Woo! Oh. Joy comes in the morning. Good morning. Yes. I am feeling this morning's song. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? This is me, your girl, your fave blogger, Lady Blue, and I am live right here, the home of Cheryl Underwood Radio, WMSKOnlineradio.com, where talk radio just got better. That's right. You are here with Little Miss Perky this morning. That's right. That's me. I'm up. I'm awake. No coffee. Ready to go. How you doing in my Wendy voice? Let me get that better. How you doing? Okay. Let's get it popping. All right. Everybody should be up, ready to go. It is Thursday. You have gotten past hump day. We are on Throwback Thursday, Throwdown Thursday, Turn It Around Thursday. Whatever that T means to you this week, that's what we are doing. The one thing that it is not going to be meant for is tear down. We are not tearing down anybody this week. So let's get it started. I want to give a real quick shout out to my newest friend, Milton Lawrence of Milton Lawrence Photography. He has been fantastic. I have been learning a lot from him. Milton, if you're listening, thank you, my friend. And yes, we will talk very, very soon. Okay. Other than that, let's get some birthdays out the way. I have, let's see, one of my high school buddies. Nope, not my high school buddy. One of my former coworkers, Nicole Breeze. Happy birthday. Robert Gentry. Happy birthday. We've got some other birthdays in this month. Let's see who we got. Celebrating yesterday, Chandra Gore, CG Consulting out in Woodbridge, Virginia. My high school classmate, John Agwan. John, happy birthday. Pastor Kevin Mickey, happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you are celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Whatever it is that you're celebrating today, enjoy it. Enjoy it. God grace you with the gift that is today. Open it up, unwrap it, see what's inside, see what you can get from it, and then make sure you share that blessing. That is right. Share that blessing. What have we got going on? Look, let me tell you. This week has been redunculous, okay? I'm just going to put it that way. Most of the people that I know that are down in the Carolinas that were affected by Florence, they've checked in, they're okay, they're getting their bearings back, they're getting back on track. So please continue prayers, support, and check in on your family, friends, and others that are down in the Carolinas and make sure that they are okay. Hats off to Michael Jordan, who donated $2 million to the Florence Relief Fund. Let's pray that that money gets used correctly, shall we? We don't need no more funky mess going on with that. Let's see, what else is going on? We had the typhoon and the tropical storm over there in the Asia quarter. In Hong Kong and the Philippines, they were dealing with that over there. So continue prayers for them over there. We want to pray for all those that are going through any type of natural disaster that is going on right now, because Mama Nature ain't playing right now. Okay, we know we want to keep Puerto Rico. We want to keep all those affected by Maria and Harvey also, because they're still trying to put their lives back together. And you know who's still trying to put their lives back together as well? Those who dealt with Hurricane Katrina. That is still rocking all of us to this day. If you haven't been to New Orleans, if you haven't been to Louisiana, if you have not checked out the damage that has been done down south, trust me, it will hit home when you see it. Let's talk about some positive news, shall we? Okay, one story about a rainbow tinted bus that brings soap and hope. That's right. A young man named Jason brings a shower to the homeless. He loads up his little rainbow tinted bus. That's what it is. It's got this beautiful rainbow tint on it. And every Friday he packs it with clothes, food, shower needs, all these different things. He fills up the tank with 125 gallons worth of water. He gets about 27 showers out of it. There's everything that the homeless may need, and it's basically transformed into a block party where the homeless can get a shower, they can get a haircut, they can get clothes, they can start to feel a part of society again. And I think that's just a beautiful thing that Jason is doing, and we need more of that. I know they're talking about bringing the mobile showers to Baltimore. We really need to stand behind that, because I'm telling you right now, just that little bit of effort will make the difference in a homeless person's life. Hats off to Shelly Stalo Stevens, to Christina Flowers, to Charm City C, to all those who are stepping up in the homeless corridor and making sure that they have what they have. Use your platform correctly, and trust me, it will do what it needs to do. If you can, start collecting donations for the homeless and anything. Toiletries, hats, scarves. We're coming into winter, so start clearing those closets out. Scarves, hats, blankets. Trust me, I'm doing my part. Socks, jackets, coats, sweaters, anything. If you can go to the thrift store on a good day when they're having a sale and spend about $20, $40 and gather some sweaters and take them down to the homeless shelters, trust me, it makes a difference. Do what you can do. So hats off to Jason for doing what he can do to bring hope and dignity and kindness to the homeless community. Let's find some other positive stories, shall we? Because in all truthfulness, I don't want to talk about nothing negative today. I really, really don't. Even though we know we do not want to walk around with rose-colored glasses, we want to make sure that we also focus on those who we need to call them out. I want to talk about the dancing doctor. Yes, the dancing doctor. This is a doctor who, when he sees his patients, he is Tony, a pediatric neurosurgery physician and a U.S. Army vet. And when he works with some children who are just, a little bit sicker than others. And he has earned the nickname the Dancing Doc, because he brings his passion for dance to work. So those that, even if they're lying in the bed, he will get them to moving. And that's the whole point, is to get them. He is so much fun. Y'all have to see this video. He is an entertaining physician. I would want this physician as at his bedside manner. I would want that. So hats off to Tony. Thank you, Tony, for what you do to make these children smile and feel good. And he insists on smiling and being active, which can be more powerful than any pain medication. And he also hopes to protect with the magic of childhood for the. Hats off to Tony. Thank you for what you do. I think that's just beautiful. How many doctors do you know that dance? How many of y'all know a boogaloo doctor? You just don't, okay? You just don't. And it's a beautiful thing to see this young man doing what he do. Doing what he do, yay, doing what he do. Okay, anyway, want to talk about, there's a subject that I really, really want to talk about. And I want to give kudos to my friend E. Digga from Charm City Direct TV, because he spoke on it. I've seen others speak about it. And, as much as you don't want to speak about it, you kind of have to, because it's plaguing us small businesses here in Baltimore. It's plaguing us businesses in Baltimore. Let me just call a spade a spade. And, it's the S word, support. Okay? Support. That is the biggest thing right now that is plaguing us here in Baltimore. But we're going to get to that. Anyway, we all know the things that are going on with the shooting down in Dallas of Mr. Botham. The latest that came out, these are the hot topics for today, in case y'all wanted to know real quick. The Dallas police chief is apparently claiming she is prohibited from firing the police officer that shot Botham. Now, she's the police chief. She has the ability to hire and fire, and now she's being told she cannot fire this woman. Why? Isn't that her job? Isn't that what she's supposed to be doing? Making sure that she has correct people. And I understand police union, don't get me wrong. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. If she could be relieved of her duties, relieve her of her duties. Put her on desk duty. How about that? Put her on desk duty. That way she's not in the street. We don't have to worry about her shooting anybody else. Put her on desk duty. Okay? That's how I feel about that. Put her on desk duty. Anyway, I know that's a very hot topic as well, because of, of the investigation and how it's going. And apparently it was revealed yesterday that the Texas Marshal that called for her for the charge to be manslaughter and not murder. We throw race and everything, happens to be a black marshal. So that was kind of one of those that like slid in and then slid right back out. So anyway, from what I understand, moving on, Kavanaugh's process has been postponed. And Trump Jr. just getting his behind handed to him as of late, because he's just coming up with some ridiculous conspiracy theories and whatnot. And it's just sad. I don't know if I even want to go on with it. Y'all know, watch CNN, watch whatever news channel you watch. I don't watch Fox News, so we won't even go there. And see what's going on, because this is just starting to really it's getting petty is what it's getting. It's getting petty because a lot of these people, it's just, Well, anybody watch America's Got Talent? Well, the winner was an unexpected non-musical winner. Shin Lim wins America's Got Talent. Shin Lim, okay? Close-up magic extraordinaire, okay? Beat out the acrobatic dance troupe, Zuccharo. He won the $1 million prize, his own Las Vegas show, where he'll try to on America's Got Talent and on American Ninja Warrior. Yeah, he's like blown away. He can't believe it. I don't think a lot of people can believe it. I really think a lot of what's gone on in America's Got Talent, they have really stepped it up in that game. I don't watch it per se. I do keep up with it with its little tidbits in here and there. I think they're doing a much better job this year than they've done in previous years. So hats off to America's Got Talent. Excuse me. Anybody getting ready to go on vacation? I know I'm getting ready to go on vacation, but my vacation is going to include my now 7-month-old grandson. We can't wait. He's almost a year. It is amazing how time flies. It is absolutely ridiculous How time flies. Oh, yes. The hot topic before I even go to commercial break is the release of the book by Stormy Daniels. Come on. If you have not seen and or heard or read any of the excerpts from this book, oh my gosh, it was too hot for internet. Let me just put it that way. One of her biggest statements was, it was the least impressive sex I have ever had. OMG. Okay. Stormy tells all in this book. And it just like they're saying in the news circuit, in the reading circuit, the long list of cringeworthy anecdotes about private parts of politicians. That right there just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Stormy, let it all hang out on this one. And I don't think there's no recovering from this one. She probably gave details that none of us really wanted to know, but we're going to know now. And y'all not going to be able to look at that man the same way. Okay. A lot of the new seasons are coming up on HBO. Outlander, Shameless is back. I've already seen the first 2 episodes. It's gonna have to pick up a little bit, but I see it. Game of Thrones, they are so busy teasing us with Game of Thrones. There's several other things we're gonna talk about when we come back from commercial break. This thing with Tiffany Haddish and Cat Williams. Issa Rae, a couple other things that are going on. So keep it locked. We're going to come back. We're going to talk and bring the positive into these negative situations. This is Lady Blue of the Lady Blue Radio Show live, WMSKOnlineRadio.com and YouTube Live, where talk radio just got better. Come on back. It's Thursday Throwback Chair Dance time. Let's go. Hey. Y'all ready for me? Let's go.
Yo, check it out. This is SON, aka Mr. Shine Over Negativity from Sun Media and Sun Clothing, and you're listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Guess what? Talk radio just got better. Peace. WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Commercial free 24/7. Don't make a move without contacting Focus Movers. They offer affordable moving rates, fast and reliable service, fully equipped state-of-the-art trucks, locally owned and operated, a 24-hour call center. You give them a call. Do it today. 443-506-7905. Don't make a move without Focus Movers. 443-506-7905. Free moving quotes, commercial and residential, full service moves, local and long distance, last second and emergency moves can be done too. They are fully licensed and insured. Call them at 443-506-7905 or book online at www.focusmovers.com. Don't make a move without calling Focus Movers.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It'll be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting...
Are y'all ready for Thursday Throwback Chair Dance? That's what time it is. Hello to whoever joined me. Thank you.
Call right now to donate your car. And as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
Uh-huh. Come on. Uh-huh. Hey, fire, fire. They won't stop. Mm-hmm. The way you walk to the long time. Yes, it does. The way you, hey, and cheese knocks me to my knees. Baby, baby. It really wrecks my neck. Woo, woo, when you let me know that you're, oh no. Mm-mm. Oh, man, you say that. Yeah.
listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. It doesn't get much better than this.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-8785. 800-430-8785. 800-430-8785. 800-430-8785. Ever wonder how the credit card companies make their money? Well, think about this. If you owe $25,000 on 5 different credit cards and you make your minimum payments every month, here's what's going to cost you. Are you sitting down? You'll shell out over $13,000 in additional interest, and it's going to take over 13 years to pay off your original $25,000 balance. That's how they make money. Now it's your turn to fight back by calling the Debt Solutions Network. We'll work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. We promise we can and will reduce your debt. Call right now for a free 15-minute debt analysis. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297.
MSKOnlineRadio.com.
All right. We are back. We are live. WMSKOnlineRadio.com, the Lady Blue Radio Show, and home of Cheryl Underwood Radio right here. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. Lady Blue's all over social media as well. We got some stuff going on for y'all. So make sure your calendars are out. Make sure your calendars are marked. Make sure you head over to the WMSKOnlineradio.com website and click on the community events that are going on. The one I'm going to tell you about right now is that we are doing it again. Lady Blue, in conjunction with WMSKOnlineradio.com, presents the 4th annual 50 Shades of Blue Domestic Violence Awareness Conference. Join us as we step up and continue the fight against intimate partner violence. Experience this powerful event on October 20th from noon to 6 p.m. at the Furley Recreational Center, 4633 Furley Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. We have a host of dynamic speakers, and I'm going to give you a couple of them. One is going to be Corey George, a life coach and anger management specialist and thriver from childhood abuse, as seen on Fix My Life Season 7 with Iyanla Vanzant. We also have our very own Lakeisha Davis from Open Wide with Neek on WMSK Online Radio, as well as Lady Yvette of Lady Yvette Ministries and Dr. Lisa Whitehead, professor at Coppin State University. We've got local entertainment, giveaways, vendors, workshops, food, and loads of fun. There will be wheelchair accessibility, ample parking, and a playground for the kids. So what are you waiting on? Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Just search out the 4th annual 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore or click the flyer on the WMSKOnlineradio.com website. Children 6 and under get in free with a paying adult or student. Adult ticket prices are $10. Students 7 through 17 is $5. There are group tickets available, and we're also already selling group tickets. So groups of 6, there is a set price for groups of 6. It is more than groups of 6. Just contact 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore at gmail.com, and we'll work that price out. For more information on event sponsorship, any other opportunities, swag bag sponsorships, we're still looking for swag bag sponsors. Contact the same email, 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore at gmail.com, and we hope to see you there. Listen. As I stated, so much is going on in this world today. Okay, we just spoke with Stormy Daniels. We talked about a couple of the upcoming seasons that are getting ready to restart on HBO. I mentioned Issa Rae. I mentioned the deal with Tiffany Haddish and Cat Williams. And apparently Cat Williams is once again in the news because he's, verbally at it again. He was caught on film, apparently exchanging words with a radio show host husband. So, I don't know. Anyway, he apparently ended the feud with Tiffany Haddish at the Emmys after just pretty much calling her out on his own radio show. So he claimed that she was not a comedian because she had not done a tour yet. She's been on HBO, just like he's been on HBO. She kind of went straight from HBO to movies. So Girls Night really put her out there. And now she's got another movie with Kevin Hart. She's got a couple other things that she's doing. And you know what? It's not so much a joke. Anybody who watched her special, The Black Unicorn was something, okay? And Tiffany showed out on The Black Unicorn. I pray that she expands out because I don't want to see her just become known for one type of thing. Her comedy is off the chain, though. If you have not seen The Black Unicorn, please go and see The Black Unicorn. Pull it up on demand, whatever you got to do, Netflix, but watch The Black Unicorn. And Kevin Hart has come to her defense. Now, if you've seen The Black Unicorn, she will talk to you about Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart is the one that really pretty much has helped her since she came on the scene. Those of you who didn't know, Tiffany has to deal with her mother who has a mental disorder. Tiffany was living in her car for a period of time while she was doing work on the comedy scene. She jokes about that in her HBO special. She talks about what it was like growing up. She makes light of a whole lot of things, but she's come a long way if you listen to her talk about her geo and everything else. So hats off to Tiffany. Kat, if you have truly ended this feud, thank you, because we don't need any more tear down of anybody else in the African American community. It needs to stop. Tiffany looked fantastic on the red carpet of the Emmys. I don't care what they say. Some people are saying it was an eyesore. Other people are saying it was eye-catching. The dress was gorgeous. Now, remember, Tiffany had her first dress, and she said she was going to wear that dress. Everywhere she went, she wore that same dress, and people got on her. But Tiffany made the point that this dress cost $3,000 plus. I'm going to wear this dress till the $3,000 wears off it. Hats off to you, Tiffany. This dress that she wore, her and Angela Bassett looked fantastic. Okay? Angela in her 60s looking fierce. Okay? Girlfriend is toned. She's skin is glowing. She looks great. Tiffany's dress was a rainbow collage. It was honoring her Eritrean heritage. Okay? And I think the dress looked fantastic on her. She wears it well. So hats off to you, Tiffany. And she's got the new movie that's coming out with Kevin Hart, which if you've seen the commercials, oh my gosh, okay? Her and Kevin are about to tear up in this movie. That's all I got to say. And she's doing her thing with Groupon. Come on, she's doing the Groupon commercials and making Groupon fun. So, if you haven't got your Groupon on, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Okay. Anyway, that's what that deal is. I spoke about Cat Williams and his deal with the radio show host. Oh, Cat, just stop. Wanda Smith. He apparently got into it with Wanda Smith's husband. So now Wanda Smith is Wanda Smith is explaining what happened between her husband and Cat Williams. Gotta love you. Okay, so Wanda Smith, and this is verbatim, explains that what happened with Cat Williams. Cat Williams told cops that Lamar Sellers, the B103 host, Wanda Smith's husband, pointed a gun at him while Sellers revealed he was carrying a gun. He said he did not point it at Williams, but he did admit to chasing Williams into a supermarket because he felt Williams verbally assaulted his wife. The incident occurred over the weekend outside the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross. I wasn't trying to cause a commotion, Sellers said. Okay, look, here's the deal. Cat, you're funny. I love you. I think you are fantastic. But you rein it in with your emotions. We've seen the video. He didn't point anything at you. Okay, we've seen the video. You ran away from a fight. And I know there's some of y'all that out there that love Cat Williams. And I'm not getting on Cat Williams about anything. What I'm saying here is, if you look at all the situations that our African American community right now is caught in, we are defeating our own. And we have got to learn to start taking the high road. But someone says he wanted to make things clear that Williams instigated the situation. And if you see the video, Cat Williams instigated the situation. Cat, pull the reins in, friend. I love you. I think your comedy's off the chain. I love Cat Williams. He's hilarious, and me personally, I just think he lets his emotions get the better of him. Nobody's out to get you. Do you, man? Ain't nobody trying to get in your lane. There's room for everybody out here. For Tiffany's, for Kevin's, for Cats, for Lunel's, there's room out here for comedy. We all need to laugh. We don't need to be trying to drag down somebody. Please, we just had that mess with Nicki and Cardi. We don't need it in the comedy world. The music world got enough. Now we want to bring it to the comedy world? Come on now. We know that Monique finally got her due with Netflix. And she's going to have a comedy special with Netflix. And a lot of people, deemed what she was doing negative and this, that, and the other. Okay, she could have gone about it a different way, granted, but guess what? She got what she was aiming for, and that was to get paid equal the other people, including her Black counterparts, that were getting paid to do comedy. She now got her upcoming Netflix, okay? special coming up. And this was interesting. I thought you all might like to know that the name Monique. Now you know Monique puts a apostrophe between the Mo and the Neek. Okay, so Monique means advisor. Is the alternative form of Monica. Okay, so Monique means advisor. Okay, that is what her name means. So whether you think her name popular or not, that's what her name means. So hats off to Miss Monique. And to this day, my favorite movie is still Fat Girls. Monique, if you're listening, I love Fat Girls. That is the movie that I recommend to everybody who wants to see your work. Okay, outside of Precious, you've done more than just Precious. So I've seen you out there. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. We've dealt with Monique. Is there anything else going on in the comedy world? Lord, I hope not. Okay. Because we don't need no more drama. That's just it. We don't need no more drama. NFL season has started. We've already had the new helmet ruling has already, gotten some folks kicked out of the game. I know they're still up in the air with what's going on in Pittsburgh with Le'Veon Bell. They're still trying to figure out what is going on with the New York Giants and Eli Manning and Baltimore. What was that? What was that last game? Y'all showed out during preseason and all of a sudden, boom, okay. The Kansas City Chiefs did their thing. The Dallas Cowboys did it, and that leads me to this next thing with the Dallas Cowboys. It has really nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys. It has to do with the protest that took place outside AT&T Stadium, protesting the shooting of Botham. 9 people were arrested, held without bail for over 24 hours for protesting, while the police officer who's being investigated for the shooting walked free on bail. Something wrong with that. Now, here's a statement that I'm going to bring in, and I didn't get to say this much the other day, but I'm going to say this. If you just take race out this whole thing and look at what's happening, history is repeating itself, ladies and gentlemen. The protesters that were arrested, they weren't all black. You had white, you had Hispanic, you had mixed race in this protest. They were all dark skinned, so it was assumed they all were black. Okay. When the March on Selma took place, not everybody up in that joker was black. The majority was black, but not everybody in that walk was black. Okay. We are seeing history repeating itself in a different form with a younger generation. That's what we are seeing. And we've got to look at when it gets to this boiling point where it's hot, it's high, it's heavy, it's about to throw down, that's when things are going to change. So let the Lord do what the Lord going to do, y'all, okay? Because the Lord going to show out. I'm telling you. He knows what's going on, and when it's said and done, it's his ultimate rule that's going to reign. And that's all I got to say about that. Okay, there have been a lot of documentaries out. If you have Netflix or On Demand or HBO or whatever it is you have, there's been a lot of documentaries out about incarceration because prison reform is a very huge topic right now. And they have a lot of the inmates that are talking about prison reform and what it's like on the inside and giving us the full story. If you have not, just go to Netflix. I can't remember the title of the one that's on Netflix right now off the top of my head, but it's powerful. It just focuses in on, there's a young man, him looking at the lady trying to figure out how much his bail is going to be, what he can afford. The lowest bail she could give him was $1,500, which was, 10% of the $15,000 bond bail that the bail amounts are ridiculous. Excuse me. but there's a lot of good documentaries that are on Netflix right now. So if you have not, or if you don't have Netflix, please check out Netflix because some of these ones are just wow. There's one on Miss Sharon Jones. If you don't know who Sharon Jones is, she is the um, she's the jazz singer who is with the Dap Kings, and you're getting a view of her life through the camera because she continued singing even though she was diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer, which was depressing in itself, but she kept her optimism, and she basically continued on till her last day. And so her story is a powerful story. Um, there's a lot of Asian documentaries on there. There's one called Mifune, The Last Samurai. So if you're into Japanese culture, I'm into Japanese culture. You might want to watch that on the Japanese Samurai. There's one called the Wolf Pack. I'm not going to be able to get to them all, but it's kind of like Reservoir Dogs. If you've watched Reservoir Dogs, then you know about that. There's one called Chasing Coral, which was a really good one because it takes you on a journey about the coral reefs, even down to the coral reef in Australia, and you're finding out it's just being destroyed. It's being destroyed. Ballet 422 talks about the New York City Ballet soloist and choreographer Justin Peck and his attempt to architect the country's 422nd production. You got to see that. Chasing Train. This is the old and the new John Coltrane. These old and new John Coltrane will find something to appreciate in this vivid tribute to the jazz legend. So, if you like jazz, Chasing Train. I want to talk to you about. There's one on Nina Simone. There's one on talking about talk show hosts. There's one on base jumping. There's one on about a man who loses his leg in a plane crash and it mummifies itself. There's some really good documentaries. There's some ones I really, really want to get to. There's one called I Call Him Morgan, which is the story of two troubled people, one of whom killed the other. Okay. And it is about a jazz musician, abbreviated life of trumpeter Lee Morgan, who was shot dead in the winter of '72. And it had his common law wife, Helen, who was more than 10 years his senior, and it talks about the crime that led up to his death. We're going to talk about a few more of these when we come back, so we get some good documentaries and some good knowledge in your brain instead of this ridiculousness that's going on. And we're going to talk about support in the DMV. So keep it locked. Join me on YouTube. Come on over to the website. Come on over to the app. Join me. This is Lady Blue, the Lady Blue Radio Show, live right here, WMSKOnlineradio.com, home of Cheryl Underwood Radio, where talk radio just got better. Keep it locked. I want to talk about, there's one on Nina Simone, there's one on talking about talk show hosts, there's one on base jumping. There's one on about a man who played a plane crash and mummified himself. There's some really good documentaries. There's some ones I really, really
buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for $169,000. With the economy improved and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-917-1316. 800-917-1316. 800-917-1316. Being audited and you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS directed you take hold of your money. Don't let the IRS alone. The tax doctor is here to help you negotiate a lower tax bill. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can't stop these IRS actions. The tax doctor will fight for you using industry secrets that can stop any IRS actions, eliminate penalties and interest, and reduce your past tax bill. So you pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the tax doctor now for a free IRS audit emergency review. 800-263-2610. 800-263-2610. 800-263-2610. That's 800-263-2610.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they get unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. But the extra money to save, go another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those channels like to find the lowest price at your next flight. And let our SmartFares expert travel agents offer ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
What is that about?
Jay Sully up for y'all. And bad mistakes. Hey, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I'm a huge Queen fan. I've taken my vows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race that I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Hey. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Oh, we no time for losers. Can you imagine me letting go? Hey. Lord, can you imagine me? Can you imagine me? This is what my daddy did and wanna live, so I don't have to breathe the page again. Imagine me being free, trusting you totally. Finally, I can imagine me. How can anyone start to see you being in love with someone like me? Finally, I can imagine me. You won't get that joy this time around. Imagine me in a world. Hey, can you imagine me passing chances? So I don't have to read that page again. Hey, imagine me being free, trusting you totally. Finally, I can imagine me. How can anyone start to see you being in love with someone like me? Finally, imagine me. Ah, come on. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. All gone. 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 All gone. Hey, gone. Gone. It's all gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. All gone. All gone. It's gone. It's gone. All gone. What your daddy did, what your mama did, what your aunt did, what your friend did. Come on. Hey, all gone. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Yes.
CEO and founder of Coliseum Media. You are now tuned in to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSA Online Radio. We'll talk radio just got better.
All right, everybody, we are back. We are back for the last part of the Lady Blue Radio Show live right here, home of Cheryl Underwood Radio, WMSKOnlineRadio.com, where talk radio just got better. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the website. Do all those fun things and make sure, please make sure that you have subscribed and picked up your copy of Urban Reality News right in your hand. That's right. State versus Us magazine, highlighting high-profile cases, wrongfully convicted stories, corruption in the prison system and police department, success stories of former inmates, entertainment, and more. You can find us all across social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can get your copy today if you go to the website, State versus Us Mag. That's statevsusmag.com. If you have a story to tell, want ad space, want a feature, you can also email us at stateversususmag@gmail.com, statevsusmag@gmail.com. Issue 3 is popping. Issue 2 is out. Y'all need to come on, okay? That's all I got to say. Come on with it, okay? I do want to give a shout out. If you are on YouTube Live right now, you see Lady Blue with a nice new hairstyle. I have started my locks journey. That's right. I went and got started locks, and I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to the owner of Royal Manifestations LLC, and that is my sis, songstress, party planner, hair care, skin care, naturalist, all the way around, my sis Yvonne Unique. Yvonne, thank you so much for starting me on my journey. I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm thrilled with it. I've, sleep like a baby now. I'm not worried about where my hair going, this, that, and the other, what I'm going to do with it. And it's coming along really nicely. I'm really happy with it. And I think this is the first time in a long time I've been really happy with a hairstyle. So thank you, Yvonne. If you all need more information, just contact Lady Blue. I'll give you all the information you need so you can get on over there with Miss Yvonne Unique and the Royal Manifestations and get your natural hair care started. Because girlfriend knows what she's doing. She even talked to a friend of mine down in Atlanta. How about that? I'm getting girlfriend national business. All right, back to the documentaries that I was talking about real quick. On Netflix. Give me some more documentaries. There's one called Man vs. Snake, and it's the long trusted tale of the Nibbler. If you don't know what that is, it's talking about the Nibbler is the original snake. Okay, that was on Nokia cell phones. If I'm dating myself, if you know what that is. Okay, and it's talking about video games basically. Okay, and how video games have really advanced come up in terms of that. There is one on Amanda Knox. Who is Amanda Knox? Amanda Knox is she was the one over there in Italy who basically, her. Anyway, she's free now, this, that, and the other, but it was quite a media frenzy when they were going through all the drama with, trying to figure out who killed the young lady over there in Italy. I'm hoping that this will show me some of the other ones. No, we're not going to do that one. Under the Sun is one that talks about labeling these movies as nonfiction has always been misleading because you're just capturing real people doing real things. So Under the Sun doesn't just bring these questions to light, it makes them a part of the film. So it's basically talk about the film uses one of North Korea's families to examine how everyone, movie makers, governments, even individuals, contort reality to fit specific purposes. So that's what that one is. The Witness is the well-known story of Kitty Genovese, famous for her 1964 murder in the Kew Gardens, Queens, allegedly witnessed by 38 neighbors who stood by and did nothing. Okay, so it's a tragic urban America at its worst. But Kitty's brother Bill was never quite satisfied with the story, until he decided to get to the bottom of it. So he goes into the murder of his sister. There's one called Peter and the Farm, which basically is talking about a solitary farmer who's devoted 35 years of his life to tending his farm in Vermont, and whose lonely existence makes masks the deep psychological scars underneath. So he has experienced trauma such as estrangement from his ex-wives, kids, curdled hippie idealism, a hand accident that ended his artistic dreams, and more. So that's one for you to see. There's Karl Marx City. Karl Marx offers a necessary repost to the Florian Henkel von Donnerschmarck's film. Okay. Karl Marx. So you need to go check that one out. There's one on Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids. If you had 2020, you'll know who the Tennessee Kids are. So this is following Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids. And they're a really good group. One of the songs they did, My Love. There's another one that they've done. I can't think of the name right now, but I love 2020. There's one called Pumping Iron, which basically is about Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday. So yeah, that's one that, for all you buffs that need to check that out. There's one on the Civil War. There's one called Tower, which the 1966 University of Texas clock tower shooting. So it talks about that. There's one called Detropia, which paints modern likeness of the city of Detroit as the United States' greatest failure, perhaps its most representative example of untenable nature of so-called American dream. There's one called Biggie and Tupac. I don't need to explain that one. There's one called Who Took Johnny? And this has to do with the case of Johnny Gosch, a 12-year-old paperboy who disappeared in 1982 without a trace, never to be found. There's one called The Nightmare, and that focuses on 8 people who suffer from a form of sleep paralysis, allowing them to describe the horrifying visions they encounter on a nightly basis. So that one would be interesting. There's one called Paris is Burning, which is Madonna's voguing face has nothing on. That is, took everything from the drag scene of the 80s. So this has to do with the drag scene of the 80s, okay? You're going to see realities of life such as drag queen before RuPaul was mainstream. Issues of gender and sexual identity, race, bigotry, hate, HIV/AIDS, poverty, crime, theft is commonplace. And which these would-be legends seek and a desired end. Transformation is basically what this all was. So that's one, okay. Lessons of darkness. I'm just gonna read off some more. Sonita, which this one is a documentary of projected moments. A mother buried under a lifetime of religious oppression, picking up the phone to soon hang up on a daughter, finally digging herself free. An Iranian teenage girl accepting that she is a little more than a commodity to be sold for a reasonable price. That is a good one. Strong Island, which has to do, these are one of these documentaries, okay, has to do with paying to his brother William, who was shot dead in 1992 by a white mechanic during an argument. The shooter never faced trial. It was ruled self-defense, and in his ensuing decades, Ford and his family have wrestled with the injustice. So this has to do with the justice system. Iris, which has to do with Albert. Who's this have to do with? This has to do with what's that lady's name? I can't even think of it. Iris, think of that. Little Dieter Needs to Fly, about a man helping to tell this story of manipulation. Hero Dreams of Sushi. I started watching that one. I haven't finished, but it has to do with food. There's one called The Square, which looks at the 2011 Egyptian revolution from the perspective of those who were on the front lines from the beginning. So if you ever want to know more about that, there's one called Abacus, Small Enough to Jail, okay? And it details the ordeal of the Sons, who ran the only bank to face federal prosecution in the aftermath of the 2008 financial collapse. Okay, that's one to think about. Man on the Wire talks about, and that they made a movie of that. That's the movie about Philippe Petit, who fulfilled the dream of sneaking into the New York World Trade Center and stringing a cable between the two buildings and walking across the Twin Towers. Yes, he was arrested. If you haven't seen that movie, Gordon, I can't even think of his name right now, but he did that. Gates of Heaven is one about the absurdity of love. So, yeah, patience and love. So check that one out. Casting JonBenet. I mean, does that kind of speak for itself? Okay. Cave of Forgotten Dreams. That's another one. Fire at Sea, which talks about the few months in the island of Lampedusa, 100 miles south of Sicily, and the first glimpse of land for hundreds of thousands of refugees fleeing from Africa and the Middle East. Okay. Faces and Places is basically a road documentary. A tall man and a shorter woman and their desire to document the lives of everyday French citizens, taking oversized photos of the people they meet, plastering them on the sides of buildings. 13th is definitely one. My husband watched that and had me watch that, and that has to do with how this documentary challenges and even dismantles our collective understanding of one of the most dangerous notions of our time: progress. How do we define progress, and who precisely gets to define it? 13th is a captivating argument against those who measure progress with laws that pretend to protect American citizens and the amendments to even uphold the Constitution. That's one you definitely need to watch. There's one called Cartel Land. Come on. This talks about the Mexican-American border. Look of Silence, which talks about, it asks you to contemplate the literal meaning behind its title, okay? Taking place in Indonesia, talking about genocide in the 60s, all these other things going on. The Thin Blue Line. This is talking about the incidents that happened after midnight, November 28, 1976, where Dallas police officers Robert Wood and Teresa Turco made a routine traffic stop for a car driving without headlights. When Wood approached the vehicle, the driver pulled a handgun and shot him 5 times. The car sped into the night while Turco fired hopelessly in its wake, and Wood died at her feet. Okay, the cop killer was on the loose in Dallas. So it goes through her recollections, 50 investigators who worked with the little bit of clues they had. But a month later, on December 21st, they arrested Randall Dale Adams, a 28-year-old internet laborer from Ohio. He claimed innocence, but the jury found him guilty. The judge handed him the death sentence. On and on. The man was once branded in court as Charles Manson and was safely locked away. Dallas breathed again. But 9 years later, in '85, a documentarian named Errol Morris drifted into town from New York, pulled up this story. Okay, so 3 years after they had freed an innocent man, identified the murder, uncovered widespread corruption, and earned death threats, lawsuits, and debt. This is a hot story, so I would check that one out. Netflix has got a lot going on. All right, so let's get off Netflix and let's talk about the topic that I really wanted to talk about today, which was support. We need to talk about support Baltimore, and you know what? The thing about support right now is Baltimore ain't getting it. Baltimore is not getting it. As I mentioned earlier, we really seem to, we know DC is known as Chocolate City, okay? We know here in Baltimore, we're known as Charm City. I'm a transplant to Baltimore, almost 10 years. And I've seen more life in the underground than I do see on top. And when I say life, I'm talking about people who are striving. They're struggling, but they're striving. They're fighting for their dream. They're believing in their dream and what it is that they want to achieve. But what's up top won't give them the light of day, which is why it's called underground. Okay. Grassroots organizations that are out there helping the community where they can't get help, whether it's being fed, being housed, being clothed, being taken to places that they need to get to, making it hard. I just read a story yesterday about a Baloo senior who's being denied playing football because he's homeless. What does his address have to do with this child playing football? Anybody see The Blind Side? Okay. What does his housing situation have to do with him playing football? It should have nothing to do with it. If he's talented, if he's coordinated, there's been several African-American students that have been denied either their high school or their college dreams because they don't have an address. We need to stop that. That's one level. The other level is we've got restaurants right here. You see it in Vegas, you see it here, you see it in all these places that have these high-end restaurants. They are throwing away tons of food. Tons of food. Where we could go and pick this food up and take it to homeless shelters and feed these people that need it. And we won't be wasting a thing. You won't be losing any money. You won't have to spend money on all this trash pickup and all this recycling and all of this, even though recycling is important. We could be feeding the people on the streets who need to be fed. What's so hard about that? Nobody wants to smell rotten food all day long, waiting for the garbage to pick it up, in a couple of days. You could be feeding people with that leftover food and not have to worry about the refrigeration, not have to worry about the keep up, not have to worry about all of that. And it's taken care of. Okay, another thing. We talked about the young man who has the Hope and Soap shower wagon. We know that they're trying to bring the mobile showers here to Baltimore. We need to bring that to Baltimore. We need to bring it to Baltimore. We need to bring the washing van, the washing vehicles that have the washer and the dryer in it, so the homeless can wash their clothes and they don't have to walk around with just dirty clothes all the time. It's very simple. Some of the things that need to be done that can't be done. What does that have to do with support? Well, I'm going to tell you. Just like my event, 50 Shades of Blue, Domestic Violence Awareness, we ask for community support because it's a community event. We don't ask for much. $2, $5, $10. Those of you who are listening to me, if you go to the website, LadyBlueOne.com, if you go to 50 Shades of Blue Balt, BALT.com, there's plenty of ways to donate. Cash App, PayPal, fundraiser on Facebook, all these different things that can take place for you to donate that would help us to educate the community so we don't have another person going out of there and getting blindsided about being gaslighted or being able to detect a narcissist or being able to speak to someone who's going through a situation and not just telling them to get out. That is the purpose of this event. When we ask for community support, these are how these events go on, not just my event. You have other organizations that, yes, we put stuff on social media. Many of you get tired of seeing it, but one or two things is going to happen. You're either going to get tired of seeing it and scroll past it, or you're going to get tired of seeing it and donate because you don't want to hear any more about it, or you're going to share it, which don't cost nothing, so that others who are looking for something to help with, support, donate to, are able to do it. Those are the three things that can happen. Support in Baltimore is nil and none because unless it involves you and your name is in the spotlight, you don't want anything to do with it. And I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm not calling out anybody in specific. I'm just saying this is what I see in Baltimore. If you can't get nothing from it, then you have nothing to do with it. Okay? And it was mentioned yesterday during the live video how even free ain't enough for some people. Free. My event, the first 100 people in the door get a free swag bag. There's nothing to it. I'm handing you something that has something in it that you may want to use or you may want to share. I'm giving you 8, 9 speakers who are able to share their experiences and conduct a workshop with you to help you understand the conversation and the different things that go on in intimate partner violence situations. I'm giving you the police department. I'm giving you the LGBTQ community. I'm giving you food, fun, vendors. We need supporting Black business. I see it all the time on social media. We need to support Black business. But when you come to an event, you won't spend $5, $10, $20. That's why they're there, so you can support their business. They're supporting me. I'm supporting them. I try to make it a point to buy something from at least 1 or 2 or 3 tables that are there. Most of them donate something to the event for us to give away. We've got jewelers, we've got clothiers, we've got healthcare, we've got for all y'all who like to take care of your cars, we've got CM Mobile Detailing will be there with a table. We've got City Weeds coming out to give away free produce. Come on, free produce. We have the bags for you to carry, made by yours truly. Okay, so you don't have to figure out where you're gonna put all that produce. And you're able to carry it out in a bag that you can reuse over and over again. Thank you, Michelle Stafford, for that artistic idea. It's taken off. Okay, you can donate at the door. You can pay for your ticket at the door. There's so many ways for you to contribute. And believe it or not, you have a hand in supporting. It may not be your name up there. It may not be your event. It may not, but you know what? Your presence, your donations, your understanding, your willingness to learn, your willingness to take something away from it, because you're going to come in one way and leave another. This allows us to educate the community and say, you know what? I did that. I just learned something today. You're going to remember the next time this situation comes up, what took place, what you learned in your workshop or from another speaker. We have to remember that intimate partner violence is not just behind closed doors anymore, people. It is not what goes on in my house stays in my house. It's not. We've seen it. It's in social media. It's on the bus. It's in the workplace. Look at the all this week. There have been not mass shootings, but there have been workplace shootings. A husband kills his wife because he thinks she's cheating. He thinks. He doesn't know. He thinks. And then he's dead. You had the shooting that took place, I believe it was in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania. Come on. These things are happening. It is not it's a silent epidemic because we see it, we know it's happening, we say nothing. That is what I mean by a silent epidemic. I want to give a hats off to Kenya Motley, who shared her story today. She shared it with us a couple weeks ago, but she shared the news clipping that showed when she and her daughter were shot. Her daughter got mixed up in that. And the man who did it arrested 2 times before for family violence. Are you supporting her? I'm supporting her. Are you supporting me? I'm supporting me. I don't want to make this an I situation. This is a we situation because I want the community. That's the only I that I have in this. I want the community to benefit. I've already talked to the crime council up at the governor's office. I'm talking to other politicians later today and tomorrow to get you Baltimore statistics on domestic violence, because none of y'all know what those statistics are. You just know what you hear on social media and what they want to tell you on the news. These things are happening. These things are happening to men. They're happening to women. They're happening to children. They're happening to coworkers. They're happening to bus drivers. They're happening to police officers. They're happening to pets. Yeah, I said pets. Domestic violence, intimate partner violence, whatever term you choose to do with it, it does not stop. I'm not just helping here in Baltimore. I have reached down into Atlanta. I have reached down into North Carolina. I have reached on over to New Mexico. I've reached on over to California. It's not just a local thing. It is national. It is international. And it is happening. And until we get it in our heads that we need to, it's just like the AIDS epidemic. Everybody went off what they were hearing from everybody else instead of going to the source. And here's a source that's willing to give you the information that you need. And maybe it hits a little too close to home. Maybe it's just something that, if you talk about it, it's going to bring up too many bad memories. I get it. I've been there. I was a domestic violence victim. I was a victim of sexual assault. I know what that feels like. I know how it feels. Almost every person participating in 50 Shades of Blue has been affected in some way, shape, or form, whether man, woman, or child, by domestic violence. Our performers, same way. Our vendors, same way. They either believe in the cause or they've had some instance with it. I was at the doctor's office the other day. The medical assistant who took care of me just got out of a domestic violence relationship. Come on, it is happening. When they hear somebody that is willing to share some type of way to heal and step out and step away, take it. Donate. Please, we need your help. $2, $5, $10, $20, more if you want. We still have event sponsorships open. Businesses, entrepreneurs, home businesses, small businesses, mom and pop stores. We need to talk to you. This is not just a local event. This is DMV-wide. This is nationwide. This is international. We're still over there in the UK. We're still down there in Australia. We're still over in California. We're still up in New York. We're doing what we do. Donate. Cash App, $ Lady Blue One, LADYBLUU1. PayPal, 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore at gmail.com. Go to the website, 50shadesofbluebalt.com. Go to ladyblueone.com. Go to the Lady Blue Talk Radio Group. Go to Covenant Connection. Go to 50 Shades of Blue Stories of Domestic Violence Survival online. There are too many ways for you to get involved. We have a running fundraiser. We had to cancel our snack and pay for this weekend because nobody bought tickets, but that's okay. We still have other ways to do this. So donate. Know that you help somebody, because our goal is to help a family during this holiday season. We want to hand them a way for them to get something for their children, have food for the holiday season, have shelter for the holiday season, or to take them and go get some clothing for their kids for the holiday season. That is our goal. Help us to reach our goal, please. That's all I'm asking of you. So as I close down today's show, my thought for you for today is help your fellow man. I say it all the time, but today it's resounding loud because we need each other. We need to stop tearing down each other and start lifting each other up. Boom, there it is. Follow Lady Blue all across social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Blast5, BFA, Black Folks Hotspots Network, LinkedIn. I'm all over the place. Lady Blue One, LADYBLUU1. Reach me on email, ladyblue17@gmail.com. 50 Shades of Blue Baltimore at gmail.com. If you have questions about the event, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I love you all. Thank you for being here with me today and listening to me talk. And as I always say, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, it does come in the morning. Meet me back here next Thursday. Join me on YouTube Live. Subscribe. I love you all. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for being here with me today and listening to me talking. As I always say, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, it does come in the morning. Meet me back here next Thursday. YouTube, like, subscribe. I love you all. Thank you.
So motivates the motivation. It's like the money is wages. It's the motivator. Don't you that is the cool shooter to motivate them to do. Baby, dig the whole man. Don't just find the train.